your water. Drink, 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 drink your water. Lift your glass and 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 drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Your glass is drink, 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 drink. Yes, it is. Look at the back. Take your breath and drink your water. Take a breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and toast your ancestors. 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 Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your drink your water. Your glass and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. Come on. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Shouts out to Brian Turner. Shouts out to Brother Nehemiah. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink. Lift your glass and drink your water. Great Kuumba to you, family. We're drinking our water. I'm gonna put up the call-in lines now, so we ain't have to worry about it later. But yo, understand that we are now streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and we also are doing a podcast. So if you got to be moving, you still lift your glass and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Listen up and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Like and share, fam. We almost there. I just want to post up. Oh, let me go, because I heard some people can't get on. Let me go on the family up in here that needs to be up in here. In time, I'm gonna send one out to her, send one out to her, send one out to her. Of course, I got to send one out to him, send one out to her, send an invite out to him. Yeah, send an invite, send an invite. I might even be able to get one of my older brothers to join us. Of course, send an invite out there, an invite there. Yep. Yep. Let's make sure, because I'm going to send an invite out to Lady J, because we're going to be able to have, we got time to have a conversation. Morning, family. Listen to me. Stop. Oh. Gye-Nyame. That's right. Daily Toast. This is a Heart of a Simple production.
We strive to block for all paradigms.
We're going to finish up this water, family. We're going to finish up this water. I came home last night. I mean, I was trying to rush out to get these bottles so I could get done. You know what I'm saying? Because I got people that want, you know what I'm saying? I do special orders and stuff like that. So, you know, I got a new combination I'm working with right now, right? So let's finish this. We'll talk a little bit about that. Let me make sure I got all of my cheat sheets together. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Ambrosia together. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm posted up today. 3 days out from 2 days out. Right? Right now. It's, right. They look for it. You know, certain parts of my family still don't go down. You know, it still go down. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a time for family to gather. What's going on with my youth, with my Facebook? Of course, y'all see I got my co-host, my Saturday morning partner, Miss Gina G. I don't know. They won't let me post the number up. Those that want to call in to the live line is 614-556-4535. Is that just doing our discussion. We can discuss many different topics. Oh, got to invite. It's working now. Put it in. One brother I need to invite Anubis. We need Anubis to get his invite that the family is gathering. You know, because they don't know on Saturdays y'all got to catch me when you can. Let's invite him. There we go. Anubis came. All family has equal access. Shout out to Miss Vanessa Watson, High Tower. How are you doing today? I got home. I started bottling up the ambrosia and see what's going on with the Nguzo Saba 21-day challenge. I'm gonna post it back up here. Gina put the number up. 556. Gina. You got it almost. 556. The call-in line. Let me type call. Oh, look at that. Call-in line.
Not working.
Working. It's moving slow. Stuff going on. But it went up. And so everything is moving slow for us over here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to lock it in right here, pin it up right here. Boom.
I get more water.
You want more water, Gina G?
Yeah.
Man, I love it when my kids want water. What's up?
Daddy, can you open this?
Huh?
Can you open this?
Yeah, after I get done, you don't need that right now. So let's go on and let's get down to the discussion. All right, for today, and at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. We had a pre-Kwanzaa Zawadi event at the Rickenbacker Woods Learning Center, 1330 Livingston Avenue, 43205. Oh my God, that's up. Kuumba, December 23rd, 2017, at 3 p.m. Bring your children. Make their own kanaras. We supplying all of the stuff. Well, let me correct that.
Correct that.
And her husband has gathered all of the materials. We got all the equipment, everything. Of course, we're going to be live streaming, right? We need to see you and your children in the. It's our time to start family time, family. We at the end of the year. Man, I'm hot. I'm hyped because we're moving. We're moving into our time, family. So, as are open, we'll be able to discuss all the stuff that y'all want to talk about. Actually, let me do this as well. That like YouTube, if you want to go to the YouTube channel and check it out, because I did not know this camera was this good. Even though cameras send out the link with us on YouTube as well. If they choose to, let me go over here. What's that? Screen share. Let's do the chat. I want to do the chat. Post the link. Can I post the link? All right, we're gonna post the link. Good morning, Mr. Joe Berry. Are you coming over to the event? I got a sample and I got some bottles if you want them. No, your tongue is not blue, Gina G. Your tongue is not blue, young lady. Well, I don't know. Yeah, is your tongue blue? Yeah, it is blue.
I can't.
Monsters in the house. So that means it's gonna be less ambrosia for me to drink. I'm going on Facebook right now. I'll get you up in a second. I don't want you to knock nothing out. I don't want to have to whoop one of my kids. Look, see, my kids on TV because I will.
No.
Yes, I will. Shouts out to Miss CeeLo, Miss Christine Lowe. Toast these ancestors. I'm posting up some links right now. Huh? There we go. There we go. So also you can check us out live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So those of you that be on YouTube, Daily Toast is live on YouTube. It's been a while. Wow, I shouldn't have left you. What a dope beat to set to. Think about all the wet toast you set through.
That's why I did to the bottom.
Huh?
That's why I did to the bottom.
What you do? You throw it? Good job. Good job. You're learning. Learning, young Jedi. Speaking of Jedi. I went and saw last night, and I was very, very, very disappointed. I wasn't impressed. I should have went to go see Coco with my kids. Yeah, I mean, really. Because let me tell you, right? First off, Skywalker to Punk out. You know what I'm saying? I was very disappointed. And it's because, like, you gotta think about this. Movies, it's some, you know, call them spoilers. He made a major decision on his own. Very whack. Had decided I must see and created the monster that's terrorizing the galaxy. And going out business and getting rid of all the Sith and then killing himself hide on the little island. Right? And I know a lot of people that's really love Star Wars on that. But that was some whole shit. Hold on. Right? You don't, excuse me, my kids is here, I forgot. Start some shit. And then with the sunset illusion. Get out of here. I'm not with that.
Out of here.
I done heard all these reviews and people loving it, and the lightsaber fights was whack. They didn't tell you even who guy with the messed up face was, or where he came from, or how he popped up with all this power. According to Sith lore, there could only be 2 Sith at one time. Apprentice. So if died Jedi, the Master Sith died with the last Jedi, and Darth Vader died in part 2, where did it come from? Can somebody tell me? Saying. See, it went off. Don't worry about it. We live on YouTube. Put it up. It's on the YouTube, so we straight. You know what I'm saying?
I say that it was whack.
I'm trying to say it
Very,
you know,
very whack.
very, very, very whack. And you know, disappointed. I don't even know if I'm gonna go see the next one. And this is like the second The Empire Strikes Back. I was amped to go see Empire Strike Back. I was amped to go see it. So Star Wars, since I'm talking about, decided to kind of block me out, right? Because it was whack. It's very whack. Brother Reggie says, okay, no, too. Okay. Shouts out to Larry Cochran, the brother Joe for sharing. We about to do this toast. Hey, Gina, can't be around me eating all this damn candy. Back up.
It's not candy.
Okay. All right, so we about to do this toast, but I have something special for y'all. We are going to sample basically original, but it has a red top, with some leaves in here. My wife, they're called wache. Sorghum leaves. I'm on there, baby.
You give me a cup.
How can I get you a cup? Family, will y'all excuse me while I get the mosh a cup? Please, can I get a thumb up or something? I mean, can y'all give me a thumb? Can I go get Mosh a cup so she can join the toast with us? I'm gonna allow y'all to vote. All I need is one thumbs up. Miss Faith is on. Good morning, Miss Pisces. How are you doing today?
Hi, Miss Not Sissy.
Hey, because you know she upset when you be Sasha Mosh. Can I go get Sasha a cup or not, family? Oh, nobody even. I ain't seen a thumb up yet, so I guess I can't go. So we gonna have to wait. So right now, go look in the dishwasher, and it's one all the way in the back. It's on the top. You got to pull the dishwasher out. Up. Miss CeeLo said I need to get up and get you a cup. Oh, Sasha, you got a lot of people. All right, I'm gonna go get you the glass. I'll be right back.
Say, I'm gonna have to deal with you.
Station, girl. What you doing?
She's about to swing her.
Move. I did, but I'm gonna review it, and I hope I don't have to beat something. I believe I'm letting babies. Ain't bad, Sasha. Come on up here, Sasha. Join us.
Thank you.
All right. So go wipe your hands and get rid of those. We're about to do the toast now. Let me finish. Zero over there. Top. Gye-Nyame. See it. Put that on the ground. Usually comes. There it is on YouTube.
Hi.
Y'all see that? Real clear right there. It usually has. That's how you know it's original. Y'all see it? Put that back. But this one is red. Red was originally the beat, because the beat was, wasn't super popular and people wasn't really getting into it. Yeah. Watch. What this one was, rather than put the beat in there, wache leaves, which I got from my wife. Being from Ghana, she cooks with wache leaves, and I asked her what they do. She said, "Oh, it's just a little red tint on the food, right?" So when you open your bottle, don't shake it up. You can mix it up a little bit like so. Health benefits of this wache leaf. So I look up wache leaf. Find it, because in Africa they call it wache. America is called, and it's basically sorghum leaves. Now, so I say, okay, cool. In the diet, sorghum leaves can provide vitamins like niacin and thiamine, as well as high levels of magnesium, copper, calcium, phosphorus, and potassium, as well as nearly half of the daily required intake of protein and a very significant amount of dietary fiber, 48% of the recommended intake. Now, we don't got the whole leaf in here. Don't get the dietary fiber, but you can. The magnesium, the copper, the phosphorus, and the potassium, right? Get those minerals, right? So we're gonna get it. So remember, when you open your ambrosia, you need to have you a bigger a bigger bottle. It might blow up. Absolutely right, because it's what?
Alive.
Because it's alive, right? We brew life around here. It's on. Want to make sure they could. They can't really see because my thing. They clean. Come on.
Because they're red.
Let me get you.
No, as you can see, you can see the red top, but you can't see the whole part. What happened? G.
Come on, G. Come on in. All right.
I can't see.
You can't see.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Thank you. My daddy trying to research, so Mario.
All right, here we go. So let's pop it and see how it does.
Yeah, let's see what it do. I'm very scared because it might blow up the whole place. So I guess.
Nah, I ain't gonna blow up though. It ain't that serious.
Last time when somebody was here, dad opened it and it spat like here.
They can't see you over there, Saj. I mean, G. Let's get back.
Daddy, why you on her? On her.
I'm on who?
Gina.
I'm not on Gina. So, all right, family, here we go. Are y'all ready? So we're gonna pour this out, and then we're gonna pour the libations. So first, I want y'all to see what it looked like. Little glass, so that you can see if any color. First time I did it in the bottle.
Woo. I'm acting like I never seen
It's a little reddish. It's a little bit more red. So you can see the wache got into it.
It looks like
It's providing a lot of minerals. Go ahead.
Right, red, but it's like more like a polka dot in it, like a red polka dot in it, and it looks like redness.
Swinging the glass. That's what. Somehow I had to get beat down. Whoa. But you can see it's a little bit redder. So that means that was infused in here. We got the wache leaf. We got the niacin. We got the phosphorus. We got the copper. We got a lot of us, we need iron. And this is a. Not only can you get this from me, but I am willing to teach you how to make your own. You know what I'm saying? So make sure. Shouts out there right now. So all right, G, give me your glass.
Okay, do mine first because hers is bigger.
The toast.
I want all. I got all of it. I just want. Who said I was sitting in the class? Yeah, do what?
Where I told you it was. So this one is kind of calm. Thank God. All right. So we're about to toast. One more thing before we get to the toast. Get off my brother up. Today is Kuumba. I want to walk through everything. Today is Kuumba. She. For those that don't speak the language, is a day of creativity. There's order, orange. It's cause and effect. Very powerful law, family. You're born on this day and you are female. Your name is Afua. You are Kofi. So now also coming from the principles and values, you're going to waste it, Gina. The patient circle. Culture, African-centered cultural virtue and value system. The value of the day is Job in Molaf, which is stop, just and righteous, honest and righteous. For Job, strong character. In the Yoruba tradition, which means insight. Okay, that's a nice drink. Gone. No, not yet. So we about to do this toast. On the creator, or whatever name you choose to call that creator.
I called it.
Hold on, be quiet. Hold on. Let me finish. Calling on the creator, we call that great force, the first ancestors. We lift up our glass and we say,
Ashe.
All right, family, from there we move on. You ready?
Yeah. Can I read it?
Our personal ancestors. Yes.
Say the next one. No more X.
Wow. Come on, family. We need to make sure that our people's names live on our children.
I didn't die.
Huh?
Oh yeah, games.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, all right. So now let me go. So we're gonna salute our personal ancestors. So here we go. Robert and Texas, Senator Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley. That you want me to shout out, by all means, just type them in and we will do it as well. People on here. Robert and Texas, Senator Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia Williams, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland. Okay, Geneva Brown, I heard you. Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Brown, Gene Gaines. The second, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie S., Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L., Brian Michael Parsons, Normal X, Sapet Maya Roth, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Miller Dixon, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Actor Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, Paul Gina, William Beno, Dad, Moss, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley and the Luxor brothers, Mrs. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, be quiet, Richard Triggs, stop, Ray Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Derek Randleman, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Penny Clay, Lavita, Shell Harvey, Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, hold the glass, Sasha, Barry, Mark Walsh, G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sam Stover, Hilda Pearson, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Paul Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Leon Johnson, Essie Johnson, Dorita Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Three Worlds, Reese Chavez, Roach, Levester, Mary Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, Fred, Elder Hamatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Davina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Fuller, Jackson, you better not sit. Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Charlie Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Ellis, and we say Ashe. Ashe. From there, we move on to the present moment. We spoke about today being Kuumba family, formations, and start looking for in life want rather than what you don't want. Find these principles out there in the world because they're out there. To seek them out all the time.
That was a long list.
And the list is only going to get longer as family members start. Right now, so we toast this moment. We say, Ashe. From there, we toast our children, our children's children onto infinity, as hard as it can be, family. Right? We try to, you know what I'm saying? We work with our children. We try to take them through in glasses for no reason and just looking at themselves and making faces. You know what I'm saying? We try to raise them through times now because we thank them for choosing us at this point in time in life. Right? Unlike we've been taught, this is not a blind cycle that's going on. To choose who they want their parents to be. And salute our children for choosing us. Fest in this day and time. Them. Right? Because I can't wait to see what they become. I can't wait to see what this generation works out. So we toast them in advance. We toast their greatness. We toast their struggles. And this energy out to the future because we are responsible for the next 7 generations. And we toast our children all the way into infinity because we always was our class and we say,
we wish you peace, power, joy.
Not yet, baby. We almost. Now, we move from there, family. We move on. We already did that. We're going to toast all of our relations. We toast all of our relations around. I won't hold us up any longer. My children are ready. And last but not least, family, I toast you. Each and every last one of you that took the time. Right? So may the ancestors walk before you. May the Creator bless and guide you and strengthen you in all of your problems and all your blessings. Because really, when the blessings come, that's when we really need to create it, because some of us get stupid. Right? So we lift up our glass and we say, I know I'm not. It was just a phrase. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Come on, toast me. Ashe. Ashe.
Peace, power, and joy in 100 years.
Let's drink.
This is actually good. Make yourself some own ambrosia. The first taste is sour and gingery, and then it turns sweet.
Ain't no ginger in this.
To me, it doesn't taste like to me because it tastes like honey. Just
so, family,
you have honey.
Lines are open. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna play a song real quick. Mr. Call in up on the Hangout, and I can put you up on the screen, and the people can hear you. What?
Can I get more?
Can you get more?
Yeah. I want to listen to I Had Enough. Enough.
From your Uncle Shaka here.
Yay. He plays music.
Music. Hey, what's up, Miss Navita? I will see you 11 for those. We're having practice. The same place where we're having the today. And what is it? Where my paper? And my daughters got me all crowded in my chair. We're gonna do this one. I love this song. This is Brother Quojo, Brother Allende, and this is by B-Jazz. It's called Ashe.
I watched it at school and with Uncle Devin.
Those who made the sacrifice.
When they were at
those who died. Those whose bones lie deep in the Atlantic Ocean. Those ancestors stolen from the motherland and taken to another land. We honor you. I say. Those freedom fighters like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Mary Bethune, Nat Turner, and the thousands of others who bled, who died. I say.
This is actually
good. The unknown warriors, whose names we don't know, who fought, who bled and died for freedom. As we pour and we say, I say. The unborn children who will continue the legacy of, who will fight in honor of those who fought the fight. I say. Join the fight and continue to honor those who fought, who bled, and who died. I say. We pour libations and honor those who fought the fight.
Get up, stand up, get up, stand up.
Stay in the fight. Fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight. Marcus.
I say.
Turn. I say. Get up.
Stand up.
I say. Stay in the fight. Fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight. I get up,
Stand up.
I say. Get up, stand up, I say. Stay in the fight.
Take the time to honor those who fought.
Marcus, Malcolm,
I say,
Turner,
I say, stay in the fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight.
stand up,
I say,
stand up, I say, take the time to honor those who fought the fight. Stand up,
I say, stay in the fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight.
Marcus, Malcolm, Martin, Harriet, Bethune, Turner, I say, stay in the fight.
Fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight. Stand up. I say. That was B-Jazz from his album Four Corners. That was Quojo. That was Allende on the drum. Wedge family, we got some talent here, and we need to really be supporting. And during Kwanzaa is a time where we should be getting introduced to each people and supporting some of their efforts. Hot. That shit is hot, family. And we cussed before. Like she shot. Like she shot. And then bring your grandchildren. All right, family. So, 614 556-4535. You call in, pop in on the screen on YouTube. It makes no difference. We got a couple minutes before I got to get out of here. I got to start getting my kids ready because you know it's taking me a while to the Rickenbacker Center. This for Kwanzaa, right? The interest. Listen, family, this Kwanzaa, it's going to be like no other Kwanzaa. Why? Because we have been preparing. Sister Jill has been organizing, raising money like you wouldn't even believe. We still need more money, by the way, free to donate. Right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And when you come, be ready to donate. Be ready to support the vendors because it's going down. We will be buying our culture. It is our time. And y'all need to understand that, family. So regardless of what city you're in, to go to High Tim is going to have some equipment in that place. I'm going to have my daughters. I'm going to have people. We're going to be streaming it live, right? This don't mean that you don't come out because this is our time, family. We are right now. We are in the darkest time of the year. This means that right now, during this phase right now, today, from December 21st to January 7th, we are in a dark time. What does that mean? This means that the sun is staying down longer. This means that the amount of time, the less. And yesterday was the longest amount of time that we would go and be in the dark, being reborn. And with this sun being reborn, now it's time for us and getting active. It's time for us to start building, family. And we're going to do it this Kwanzaa. Elder Tony held the lighting ceremony for the Kwanzaa flame. Right? And I know y'all were like, well, we was expecting it on December 21st. But Elder, 21st is the day of the year. Light the flame. He wanted to light the flame that we start seeing 1 minute more of light. Yesterday was the death of the sun. It's the ceremonial or it's the ritual death of the sun. What does that mean? Dies is dies, and at those point in time in history, people would wonder if the sun would come back up. So we would do rituals and things to try to influence the environment, influence the time so that they can make the sun come back. And what we're gonna start seeing now is a steady but slow increase. First, my fault, from December 22nd, we will only gain a minute more of daylight each day. But after January 7th, we will see 2 minutes of sunlight every day. And it adds all the way up until we get to the woman time of the year. And the woman energy is born. And the woman energy is born, begins to die. So when we reach our apex in the man part of the year, that's when the woman take over. And it's a continuous cycle. And just like that cycle, we have to build our cultural holidays, right? And like I told y'all before, the year, the equinox, where the masculine and feminine is balanced, and as we move from, let's say the fall equinox, the female energy is slowly rising while the male energy, we hit the 21st, where the female energy is at its height, and then after that it starts going down. It comes all the way back to its even time of day, where there's 12 hours of light, 12 hours of darkness. This is during the spring equinox. The spring equinox begins to rise. Boom. Then it comes back. This is the scales of Ma'at. We honestly think that Ma'at is balanced like this. Balanced like this all the time. No, Ma'at goes like this. There's a balance. There's an ebb and a flow, which is the Hermetic principle of the day. Family, our ancestors have already laid out to us getting free. They have already laid it out. They have already given the wisdom, because this is what y'all got to understand. Man is not creating anything new. Our enemy is not creating anything new. They're using old systems to hold us in prison. Understand the old system, family, right? If we understand the wisdom built on, we could get the key to get out. It comes with us, one, stabilizing ourselves. How do you stabilize culture? You elevate your culture. You promote your culture. Side of it for the wisdom. Our ancestors through the folk tales. This is why as grown folks, I say we got folk tales for grown folks, because we need to talk about some of the lessons that some of us miss. We're messing up in our lives because we're missing the lessons. What part of the problem is, yeah. One of the where is it at? Where is it? There you go. When we look at Umoja, Kuchagli, Ujima, when we look at collective work and responsibility, the traditional Yoruba character for the same point in time, the system that I'm promoting is a luti, which means teachability. A lot of us are not teachable. We figure we got it all. We figure that we can get all the information that we need, and this is the key. Important. But you give information to a fool, and a fool still is a fool. Information is no good until we start using it. We got a plethora of information, but yet we have very few people actually using it. And the way we pass information wasn't necessarily through the written word. It's through coming into connection with each other. It's through coming and building together. And of course, I know who that is. Switch over. We are joined by the magnificent, powerful Shaka Hasberry. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, you had me scared, man. I thought my predictive abilities was off. I ain't even on it. Understand, Shaka, you are now on Spreaker. You are now on YouTube. You are now on Facebook Live. So speak your mind, brother.
Good morning, spirit, to everybody listening, everybody in the universe that is affected by this vibration. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel a very powerful vibration this morning. Me to wake up. Something caused my son to even leave the room so we can have this conversation.
Let's talk about it.
But I don't know where even to begin. Tim, I hear you talking about the principles. You was on some fire before I got on the mind, man. I did not want to disrupt that. I want to just kind of ease on in. So let's jump back into, you were talking about the Nguzo Saba. You were talking about the principles. I love that energy. Can we keep it going? Can you give me a bigger start?
Here you go, bro. He came on, he said, good morning, family. Hey, why morning? Because I want you to understand this. Morning, right? You got M-O-R-N and you got M-O-U-R-N. Wake up, we're morning, right? Why? Because we're leaving our ancestors. We're leaving the spiritual realm. We're leaving the place where our ancestors could communicate with us. So when we wake up, it's sort of like we're falling into a morning. This is part of our tradition. We're not sleeping culturally appropriately. We're not drinking culturally. We're not walking culturally. See, culture sets up how you do everything. And I learned this from hip hop. Y'all be like, people was like, you waste your time with hip hop. Listen, hip hop kept me out of jail. Hip hop helped me achieve in school. Hip hop helped me build my life. Hip hop got me my first job. Hip hop got me into studying about deeper into African history and shit, because people were saying and carrying hip hop that now, what is hip hop? Hip hop is a culture. It's the culture that we come from. Hip hop is the culture that we come from. And I know a lot of y'all, well, what about Africa? See, the thing is, our culture is older than Africa. Culture is older than Africa. I need y'all to understand that. I know a lot of y'all gonna get offended by that. It's older than that. Your swagger comes from your culture. I mean, I remember one time, and it was a dude, and I told y'all the story by the name of Master Wu. Master Wu would come in and he would teach martial arts, and he would give free classes every now and then. And I had the audacity to ask him a question, and discussing. I asked him a question. He said, "What do you think? What do you think you could tell me? I have 7 general scrolls in my family that blah blah blah." And he carried himself, and he came on me talking about his culture and talking about how it was transmitted to him from his great grandfather, and he got scrolls in his possession that are 7 generations old, and basically me using his culture as his shield, using his culture as his sword. And that point in time, I never went back to another Dr. Wu class, because I swore that nobody would ever be able to throw their culture up in my face like that without me being able to throw mine back in there. Family.
Did you have a rematch? Did you ever have a rematch?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I didn't have see, and at that point in time, I didn't desire to have a rematch with Dr. Wu, because Dr. Wu was right. Him when he got 7 generations of his people who passed shit down to him, and I don't got nothing. He right. His shit. You know, Dr. Wu had no ambition to learn anything about African history or about African people or about the African American struggle. You know why? Because he was fortified in his culture. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line was that he believed that. He didn't need nobody else to certify that his culture was supreme, and he knew it. right? So what I needed to do was to get away from Dr. Wu, take that lesson, and start believing in the supremacy of my culture, my people, the supremacy of my struggle first, because everybody else put theirs first. But
now let me ask you this, Hatil.
Go ahead.
How long in search of your own spiritual richness or cultural richness did you run into that led you to the lineage you and Master Wu?
Oh shit, that was years after that. Because my whole piece was at that point in time, I wasn't even in what we did in China, because we know, historically, we know first dynasties were who would create the first dynasties. But you know what I'm saying? And for me, important, right? Because the whole piece is, and I need more than just we created everything. We were the first. No. What shit did we do? You know what I'm saying? As far as my line, I have no connection with Dr. Wu. You know what I'm saying? As far as my line, I have no connection to Asia. And my line, I was concerned about. Then I could build on everything, but I had to build a pride in my line. Miles Brown. I had to learn about Miss Ann. I had to learn about Robert and Texana Davis. I had to learn about I had to learn about my list of ancestors. And I had to start lifting up my ancestors. And I started that search very soon after that. I had a little black book. This is before you had phones and shit. And everybody had their little book. You remember, you old enough, did you have a black book? With the numbers in it? Right. Instead of numbers and shit, I had notes in my shit. I couldn't get no phone numbers at that time. I was too shy, and dark skin wasn't really in and shit like that. So, I didn't have. So I used my black book, my little notebook, to go around, interview my father's mother. I interviewed my mother's mother. I interviewed my father's father. And I sketched that. I sketched it out. You know what I'm saying? I sketched it out. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn. You do have a legacy. I do come from somewhere. Beginning of it, because most of us as black folks, we can only trace our stuff back here maybe about 3 generations, 4, maybe. But there's a big block up there, and that big block is this thing, for this thing called, as they call it, the enslavement or slavery or the captivity, or however you want to look at it. And itself took me time to overcome, because being somebody situation and be able to stand toe to toe with damn near anybody, till I start dealing with some of these mutants and shit. Me to be like, damn. Go ahead.
Man, when you brought me in, you had me thinking a whole bunch about the state of mind that I was in. Man, it was beautiful how you broke down mourning. Honestly, that's talking to me through my dream, and I don't know if that's a phenomenon that experience, but you ever felt up from a dream that you wish you could go back?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Approach the inappropriate things. We think that sleep is just for rest. You get into the other realm. You understand what I'm saying? When you get into the ancestral, when you get into to culturally not just the spiritual realm, but into the ancestral realm, family. Even sleeping culturally inappropriately. We got the wrong thoughts about sleep. That are hunted by dreams. And they do all, because really, dude, black folks who are not just medicating themselves because of the trauma that is coming down through their family, they're medicating themselves so that they are not hunted that goes on in their dreams. Others who struggle with ancestors trying to talk to them and they don't understand understand it, and I gotta tell them, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what I'm saying? And strange shit be happening around them. So they self-medicate. They self-medicate. We got a whole slew of people. We got a whole group of individuals that are self-medicating, not just to escape the pain of this life, but to fall into a comatose state so they can actually get rest, because our ancestors are striving to be heard. And we got to remember this. Where else can our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna get us during the conscious moments, because our mind is caught up in trying to survive and shit. Our ancestors is trying to communicate with us. Dummy, stop doing that. What are you doing? Messing up. Y'all messing up. We need somebody to speak for us. Those who will be born as priests or priestess or shamans or whatever, those spiritual bridges, and they think they're being hunted by ghosts. So then you go into this mass media, and all of a sudden you got all these videos about these goblins and these zombies and these ghosts and shit that's hunting. You know what I'm saying? Holidays that people don't really understand, like Halloween. People like, Brother Hatim, what's up with Halloween? Those quarter days is a halfway between, is a day that marks halfway between a solstice and an equinox. And our people kept track of that. The word Halloween means, you would have to be really wondering what the fuck is going on. Hallowed. Our Father who art in heaven, thy name, hallowed. Holy. Hallowed Eve. Halloween is Hallowed Eve. Now, what about the monsters and shit? Far. But during those quarter days, during those solstices, during those equinoxes, during the crack of dawn and the setting of the sun is the time where the spirits into the world for a short amount of time. This is what's been passed down by tradition, but we don't recognize that shit. And some of our children is hunted by that shit. So, you know, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, so just for clarity's sake, is a day that
oh my God. When Europeans got hold of it, they're scared of spirits in many ways. So what they would do is they would dress up and they would place scary things on their doorstep. Individuals that are plugged in. The interaction between the living realm and those that have passed away are a strong connection for them to do it. This is why you have people in Wicca. This is why practice natural bodies that line up with the sun and the moon. This is why during those days we sitting around eating
This
cake.
is why you shouldn't smoke K2. Way out of the blue. But I tell them, there's a substance that we know of, Salvia divinorum. Divinorum translates as the divine sage. Salvia. It's actually a 12-hour psychedelic trip. Minutes. Is that within a traditional ritualistic setting, you into a place, ancestors are able to speak to you, to see a vision. And when you come out of that trip, for you to explain that elder that understands how to interpret those visions, in that sense, maintain a sense of groundedness and purpose in communication with the other side. Now, Albia, in the context of somebody who just wanted to survive a trip in 15 minutes, come back. And that's why I say, when that synthetic stuff, you never know what's going to package. They just call it insect. Takes you like that when you come back unguided, never would have been doing as a regular human being.
Dude.
You're doing perverse things that you never thought yourself to be able to do, but you lost now.
Get back in. You open yourself up. You let certain parts of yourself out, because a lot of times people are more concerned about understanding is that we're a complete being. It ain't spirits getting in, it's coming out. Conscious mind, part of that thing that we do so that we can maintain society, maintain order in society, is that we learn to suppress certain parts of ourselves. When certain things are introduced to the body, certain things to the brain and to the mind, some of these things that we have been repressing within us. So it's almost like you're on the outside looking in. I have been in situations like that. When certain taking in a ritualistic situation where the environment to help you plug into that the people need. Because there are parts of us that our people need, and there's parts of us that our people don't need. There's parts of us that our culture needs, and there's parts of us that our culture don't need. And consciously and unconsciously, we learn to lock what is based against our survival up. Now, this hence is the problem with Black folks right now. Us repressing who we are was something that we use to survive. So subconsciously, the very same things that held us at bay in slavery, making it possible for us to survive and to live through, we have learned to repress up to this day. So, environments to come back and that are struggling, part of themselves that they don't need anything to contact the ancestors. The ancestors are coming to them. Elders that they can go and talk to about that at one point in time, but we became so modern, you know, shit like that. It's more, you know what I'm saying? There's more shit going on in your room right now than there's going on that you can see. This is what we be forgetting as humans. We be, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to, when you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, if the electromagnetic spectrum is this long, what you can see in here, and all this shit is going on around you right now, there could be a whole nother universe going on right now in the room that you are in. Experience it because you can only see this amount of maybe even smaller than that, about that much right there, like this. So all this shit is going on right here. All that you can perceive with your senses is, how dare you feel arrogant about where we are? You know what I'm saying? As my brother,
man, it's a scary place, man. Because it is that, and I don't understand the fears of the Westerners. Westerners generally believe in ghosts.
Yes.
Westerners generally. Yes, we believe in ghosts.
Yeah, we fear them.
All right.
We're taught to fear them.
We fear them.
Right. So
we fear that.
Right.
The thing is that how many parents tell their children there's no such thing as ghosts? Sunday, we waiting for Jesus to come back. I don't get.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, I don't.
Wait. Check this out. What's even deeper? Okay. You go to church and you'll see in some churches you'll see the Holy Ghost active. You ever had that experience where motherfuckers tell you ghosts don't exist, but you go to church every Sunday and every Sunday somebody is falling on the ground screaming? This is the shit that I had to deal with when I was growing up. Oh, hold on. I'm sitting right by somebody and they start wailing and throwing their arms, slapping me in the goddamn face. I'm like, what's hey? Don't brother, move out the way. She got the ghost, the spirit is on her. What? This shit wasn't real. We believe in ghosts. See, West Asians believe in them so much. After they have holidays for them, you know what I'm saying? But then we're told. But this is a deeper part of the science. That's part of the science. It's confusion. I'm gonna teach you to be scared of ghosts so that you can't contact, so that you can communicate with those beyond.
Oh man, he just took me somewhere. Now Prince back in the 80s, parents would look at him and say, "Oh man, that man's confused." Is on something else, but he wrote a song called "Let's Go Crazy" during the time that on the radio you couldn't say the devil or God, so he disguised it in the lyrics. You pay attention to what I'm saying, because "Let's Go Crazy," the most Pentecostal spiritual song that ever charted in the 80s. Beginning of "Let's Go Crazy," Prince is saying a sermon. Those were sermons. When you listen to the bass line in "Let's Go Crazy," so bass line by "Let's Go Crazy" is Selah. He means by the elevator. What he means by the elevator is the devil. When he says, "Are we going to let the elevator bring us down? Let's go crazy." Selah. And I go, it's a Pentecostal bass line. Not church music.
Not only is it Pentecostal, but that right there, what you just did, is exactly what I grew up with. I was Baptist, and when they would get the Holy Ghost, when the Spirit flowed through the church, that the musicians knew how to hit to a height, and that is it. What you just did right there. You know, so we know they definitely believe in it, Shaka. It's real. We haven't invested time in it and learning how to utilize it. The only way you could do experiments is in a laboratory, and you got to have a white coat. Dude, I was taking notes. My grandmother made me go to church until I was 18. The day I was 18, she told me, "You no longer have to go to church. Go to Columbus with your mama." But as long as I was in her house, I had to go to church. So I'm taking notes. I remember came in. She had Indian features, like Native American features, in a ponytail. So would get the Holy Ghost, and they would start doing steps. Well, look at the steps, and I'd be like, wow. I look at the sisters, the dark-skinned sisters and the brown-skinned sisters, and they would get up and they would do steps, right? Before they start running on the ground, sometimes they would get up and do steps, and then you would hear the music going, right? Columbus with Allende. Well, actually, I hooked up with Allende's father first because they used to come to Ohio State, and I would see them dancing The dances that they was doing, the African dances that they was doing, was the praise dance that the people at my church was doing when I was young. Now let's get back to the woman that had Native American features. She caught the spirit. She started going counterclockwise in a circle, doing the step that I ran into when I went to the Sundance with my family from Simba. Tell me that the ancestors ain't real. We just not exploring it and on it, right? We're not bringing that spirit up. And then now this movie 18 what is it? Came out about the Haitian Revolution. Not looking at the fact that you would have individuals put their whole body in a cannon you to do that. You see, we have movies where motherfuckers before battle would dance around a fire or sing around a fire. I'm possessed by a spirit and they're screaming before they go to battle. And they will be able to fight without getting tired, getting weary. The spirit came upon them. We have closed ourselves off from a whole aspect. Not only can that shit help you run faster, be stronger, sustain injuries, that shit can help you solve quadratic equations, quantum physics questions. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, we haven't learned. Sorry, I get off. You can't let me just go.
And thereafter, and listen, you it, man, because they believe in it, but they suppress fear. Man, let me tell you something. Look, we call it The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, man. They had Western scientists, doctors, how to create this serum. Zombies. Not necessarily.
You know that's based on a true story, right?
How to resurrect the dead.
Based on the true story. You know that, right? Okay, I
do know that. And that's what, yeah. Westerners going to Haiti to try to figure out, okay, is it just a puffer fish or what I got to do with this to make this magic potion? The dead. Oh, man. So the piece is, not only are we believing in it, we invested in it. What's interesting to me, growing in life, I started going through these episodes that they were not like, they went through episodes. It's like, oh man, he went through some kind of breakdown. Is that those breakdowns historically? Right? I've and nowadays spiritual happenings, actions. Sometimes it might just be. I used to years. I would see the grass in my eye, and it looked like a very colorful serpent. In my that later on in life, in my vision, but your peripheral, but never straight on what I see this. And I held her and I talked to her, and she said, "You know what you need to do is what you seeing." Sorry, if I were you searching, she tell me the name of it was. And so I Googled Oshun searched a little bit more, and lo and behold, three serpent-like thing that I see. They call it serpent and rainbow. It is through life, we are brought to certain cues, instances, and and we look back and we never put in the context of, why did I see that? Why was I put through that? We're ashamed through the things that we experience, that we don't understand. Try to dismiss it, like you say. We try to brings us full scale. Live long enough to actually to see full scale. It's undeniable. That can deny it is yourself.
Right.
Because no, I'm gonna keep on. I done tuck that away. I done tuck that information away. Voicemail. We own something here. I done put that whole experience behind me, not to be talked about, not to be, and it's all out in the open. What do you do with that? Because you locked it away, and here it is right in front of you. Or do you graduate with it? Next level.
Take it to the next level. That was our science. And we viewed science different. What when it comes down to it, what they call science for them today, we ain't even call it spirituality. Different than theirs. Because we will go out and we will do actual field research. Well, damn, if this spirit could come into this situation and do this, in this situation, how can we call up this spirit in different situations? How can we use this energy? See, because us understanding that they called it in the church, I doing experiments and figuring out how to harness. Because family, it's like, yo, we got people out here that's struggling because they're getting these visions. They're having these so-called quote unquote meltdowns that they get drugged for. That other people are doing research to figure out. Others who are not connected like you are reading how to have the visions. They're spending multi-million dollars on this shit. Family, we have a plethora of this in our community, but we do not know how to plug into it, and that's okay for some of y'all. For me, you know what I'm saying? Because the issue is, family, the same type of energy, a lot of spirit, a lot of emotional issues in our community, the economic issues, shit that we will be able to do if we are able to master this. But yo, family, I gotta be at a place at 11 o'clock because we got practice. I gotta wash dishes, or I'm gonna have to hide these dishes before my wife get home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, brother gotta. Hold on. So, Miss Navita says right. Energy's not spookism. Because electricity was viewed for a long time as basically spookism. Okay, so what? Damn, if I connect this with this, hell. God. And we're not doing experimentations. We're not funding to where we, you know what I'm saying? Or we get caught up in context. Very limited. Understand this, family. Well, hold on. When you look at ancient Kemet, right? All the temples and all the spiritual systems that came out of ancient Kemet at the same time. It was a progressive addition of the world. They wasn't like some of us. They didn't just say one thing and stuck with that one thing. It showed them something different. There was a different deity that was added into the pantheon so that it could help the people advance. system is not helping you advance, if the religion is not helping you advance, if the political strategies are not helping you again, people be able to move to something else, because we have always done it. Put it in the fucking time capsule, and this is the way it is, and this is the way it always was, and this is the way it's supposed to be. That's not how it is. We add it to tradition. Every generation has a hero that rises up and brings, but we brought up in our bullshit that we can't even recognize what the younger people are bringing, for that generation, and we just exit out. So I got a question for you, Shaka. How many generations of heroes have we denied, turned away, shut down? With visions of the serpent and the rainbow have we turned away and turned over to? How many young people who are having dreams that torment them, and then they go to school and act up? How many of them have we thrown away? Because it's spookism, family. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. You know, cultural stabilizers.
I do. And you know what? I know you're on your way out, man.
But go ahead, man.
It's happening right now. One thing, and for everybody, including yourself, it's gonna sound like I'm stretching into this, but Hatem, you've been around me long enough to know that when I'm called to something from another place, it's with science that's happening in your own backyard right now. And I'm talking about your children with each other. Like, you ever heard your daughters or crying together or laughing together? They hit a certain note together that clashes and it creates a certain weirdness in your ear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like a siren.
Yep. All the time.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know, I was just thinking about that when Gina do her laugh. Gina got a certain laugh that hit a certain frequency that just irritates the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? It's Gina. That's her at its truest. But go ahead.
And I'm saying start paying attention to that and don't discourage it because it's not easy for the ears. But what they're doing, that's a power. You ever been to church and you heard that same sensation when the choir sings? It's a certain spiritual movement just through the voices, even without words, that can put you in a certain place. And that, on a Western design, is binaural. You understand? So this is music. These are sounds that affect you in a certain way, create a certain chemical response. So we are actually responding to these noises chemically, just like a mother who is pregnant. If she hears, just start leaking, because that sound affects her chemically. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. All of these realms interact. You know what I'm saying? That's that unity principle. That's that unity force affects another. I have to be careful about my actions, because my actions not only affect my children, but it affects the community, it affects the school, it affects everything that I'm involved in. Think like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, your episodes taught you think like that. So you're very cautious about how you do shit. You're very cautious about how you put out music. You're very cautious about even the lyrics that you sing, because you would be one of the top artists now if you was sitting up there talking about, I wanna fuck. If the basics of your lyrics were that, taking people to, rather than you singing about the shit that you're singing, one of the top artists right now. But because You have chosen to take another path. Understand that how music affects people because you have seen the serpent in the rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, family,
yes.
One of y'all, but I need to remind you, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey. I love when my Phoenix is on point. Good job, LMA. Good job. You brought it from here. Right? You know, this is only people older, only people old enough. Those, you know, this is Daily Toast. Of course, we did it this the weekend edition. We on Kuumba. I will be back tomorrow. We will have more time to talk tomorrow because, of course, it is Imani tomorrow. Possibly some of the proverbs. We're gonna review possibly the stories or whatever. Blah blah blah. But the lines will be open. This is a Heart of a Simmer production. All that goddamn he eating. I can't even get no more Bitcoin. So we strive. Your old paradigm. Family, I'm out.
Peace.